Hey, welcome to Whiskey Wednesday with Thad and Evan. And today we've got a special guest, Mr. Nicholas Johnstone. Um, we have good conversations with good people about nothing, and any good conversation worth having is worth having drunk. So, cheers to that.
Cheers. All right. Clink.
What are you drinking today?
Pardon me?
What are you drinking today?
The same thing, the Legacy, the bottle of Legacy whiskey. I'm gonna finish that off, and away we go. So my ice melted a little bit though, so we're almost done, basically straight up. But
Barefaced, or you can get barefaced and have a great time.
that is a good whiskey. I have bought a bottle myself.
So good.
Yeah, man. So, well, I'm excited to have our first guest on the show.
I'm excited to be the first guest. I mean, you could have asked anyone in the world, but yet you're here with me.
You know, we just figured that we would be honored to have you on as the first guest, right? We'll forever look back on this down the years and be, hey, our 3 subscribers now have watched us have our first guest. And one of the 3 subscribers is him. So now we're going to have 2 people watch this video.
Dad's mom is the other one. So
yes. My sister sometimes watches it too. So, but cool. Well, let's jump into the random question generator. And Nick, since you're the guest, we're going to ask you this one first. Do you want the left or the right question?
Left.
To the left, to the left.
All right. So if you unexpectedly won $10,000, what would you spend it on? If you unexpectedly won $10,000, what would you spend it on?
It's a great question. And without going into elaborate detail, my friend to the left of me here, I call him a friend, he's a friend, explains me as a father that has a business, not a businessman with a family, or a family man with a business. If I was to unexpectedly win $10,000, I would go towards tuition for my children's school.
Hey, that is a great use of it. You would not buy something silly and frivolous with it. Although, well, I don't have kids, so I would definitely be buying something silly and frivolous with it. So send Luna on a vacation.
Because we're working on your house right now, and I'm helping him do some siding. And I would immediately ask him to pay someone to come and do the siding so that we could spend more time with your family.
Well, that is...
So I call bullshit on that one, but that's neither here nor there.
Nor there.
Well, at least, yeah. So what you're saying is after we have this whiskey, the siding is going to go sideways?
Usually.
No longer level. How many beer job is it?
Signed up for that. Do I get the question for you?
Either you, yeah, sure. I got Evan's question queued up. So, and just for the people that are watching, it is completely random. I mean, we find the question ahead of time sometimes, and we hit next if we don't like the question. But the person that we're asking to has no clue what the actual question is.
So, question for the day is: what from the present will withstand the test of time?
What from the present will withstand the test of time?
This is interesting because this is the flip of yours last week.
Yeah, because I had the one that was what right now will be an antique in 100 years. So that is actually kind of neat because it's kind of almost came full circle. So what from the present will withstand the test of time? Oh boy, that can go in a lot of different ways. We generally tend to bring our answers back to business and marketing somehow, some way. But I don't think that. Well, actually, what we're doing right now, Zoom meetings, I think will withstand the test of time. They definitely will, because in the whole work from home movement, a lot of people have realized that they can actually effectively work from home. The productivity levels of organizations and individuals are up due to a few factors. One, well, not drinking, definitely not drinking. Productivity definitely goes down. But yeah, I mean, you can drink and work from home, I guess, depending on the business or the niche that you serve. But people aren't commuting anymore, right? So if you think that the average commute in North America is around the 25 to 35-minute mark, I don't remember the exact number, but it's around the 30-minute mark one way. So now people are saving an hour of their day commuting. They can actually spend it with their family more, or they spend it working, but moreover with their family. The other thing that that people are more productive on as a result of the Zoom meetings is that they're not having the water cooler banter and the talk and people distracting them. I mean, people are missing that. I know myself, I'm missing a lot of the face-to-face meetings. I'm not missing the no-shows, because when people no-show me now, it's just like, all right, I'm at home, I'm working, right? But when they no-showed when you're out in the field, it sucked because now you're sitting at a coffee shop, and what do you do, right? So I think that our current climate with these Zoom meetings, the digital component of things will withstand the test of time.
Well, and it'll further adapt in terms of AR and VR, and I mean, it's only going to get more and more real.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel like you're having that human interaction. The ability to throw on some AR glasses and have dinner with your family from around the world all at one table because you can see their hologram and have a real conversation with them. I think it's going to be transformative in the way that we live our lives.
Oh, 100%. I was
tend to agree with you, except for the question was what in the present.
That is Zoom is the present.
Of a virtual setting. And that's where Zoom, I don't think, is going to stand the test of time, but virtual interactions with people is only going to expand and intensify. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, I read an article this morning from The Hustle. It's a daily news email for businesses. I don't know if you guys get it or subscribe to it or read it at all, but pretty neat one. They actually
sponsor our podcast, but
what's that?
I would if they'd sponsor our podcast.
Yeah, fair. Maybe we could get them to try to sponsor it. Maybe we have to have a threshold first. We've got a lot of people that we want to have sponsor it, like whiskey and stuff too. Canadian Club. The only way that we'll ever have Canadian Club on here is if they pay us lots of money to do it. Yeah, exactly. I forgot where I was gonna. I had totally squirreled and forgot where I was gonna go with that. The email. So Apple and what they have in terms of their VR and their AR and what they're going to be able to do, because now it's going to be powered from their phone. So if they have their own VR, I mean, this is a Samsung, but they have, instead of having a VR powered headset on there, it's all going to be powered from their phone now. And so they can actually reduce the weight, reduce the size, reduce the cost, and really be able to push that forward. And that was kind of a neat article, kind of full circle today. So Evan, your question, which app seemed like magic when you first used it?
But no longer does.
I know, it just says which app seemed like magic the first time you used it.
Pokemon Go. No, honestly, like the most transformative app for me that was just amazing to use was Mile IQ, and how it tracks all my mileage, and then I just swipe right or left, whether it's business or personal. So yeah, that's the app for me, tracking my mileage while driving.
Sorry, guys, everybody knows I write the notes down as we go, so I don't have to go back and rewatch this to write down the notes and have an effective use of our time. On that. Was that Google Mobile Labs purchase that you expense through OPM, and then you're like, oh, that was just my own? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I've been to the what's hot quick, and then we can hammer out some questions for Nicholas here.
Yeah, screw the what's hot. Let's just hammer out the questions with Nick. I mean, I forgot to start my timer again, so we've kind of wasted a little bit of time with our random questions, but hey, that's what happens.
Used to know that there's no time.
There is no timer.
There is no timer. So, I mean, I guess we could do a quick, agency roundup. One, I guess for myself is the content game. Watch with our coach and our mentor the program on the content. I've never been a big content producer myself, so it's definitely stepped me outside of my comfort zone. A little bit of a challenge, but I didn't know that when you saved posts on Facebook, you can actually create a album of different ones. So you can literally click save post, and then you can create different ones. So like I've got business inspirational, business informative, business testimonial, personal post that you can save it to in terms of like a collection. So that way, when you go back, you like that post for inspiration. Now they're all in one specific spot. And so I thought that was actually pretty neat and pretty cool. So unfortunately, Nick, none of your posts ever get saved.
That's wicked.
Oh,
We got littles.
yeah.
Hi, McKenna. You're live on the internet. These are Nick's kids. We got McKenna and Ainsley here hanging out with us. But yeah, they can. We're recording a quick video right now, so you can hang out and chat with us. My kids do sometime, or you can go play.
You can go hang out on the swing, and we'll be there in about 4 minutes.
It's right there.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you. So yeah, my what's hot. Just further conversations with that client from last week who was wanting something more. I downsold her on the website to get her what she needed, not necessarily what she wanted, so that I could save her money, just in the case that she was in. But in further conversations, just building that trust with her, we were able to have real conversations regarding a partner that was no longer serving her in her business, which was fantastic to have that, again, real authentic conversation. And then also further developing the relationship, and now potentially working on a government project with her. So super excited about that. But again, it just comes through transparency and honesty and being real. So it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nick, you have started a Facebook group that is called Your Life on Purpose, stealing from our trademark name of
On Purpose Media.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so that was great.
Thanks, Nick.
Um,
Do we have to do a shout out to his Facebook group on here or what?
well, it wasn't by design, to give you that. Part of the, I guess, the training that I guess we'll kind of dive in here, but is
do we get royalty? Do we get royalties for anything that you're gonna make money wise off this, or if you're gonna monetize it?
I was like, dude, there's much more like direct ways that you could ask for a partner in your business than just naming your business after mine.
Uh-huh.
So it was a play on words from another group that I'm involved in, and without being copycat-ish, I decided to go a different route from what that group was called, and then turned out to be the direct copycat of what your business is called without knowing it until after the fact. So you learn a lesson here or there.
That happens.
So in terms of what the purpose of this group was and where it was rooted in, can you tell us a little bit more about what Gallup Strengths is, what it believes in, and then how you are utilizing this to help people? So,
I mean, a quick description of strengths and what Gallup is doing is, I was introduced to this assessment. For those that don't know, Gallup is, you've probably heard of Gallup polls in the past, especially around election time in the US. Gallup is somebody that purchased this assessment from a gentleman named Clifton. Back in the 1950s, he created this assessment and kind of fine-tuned it through the years. But the simplest way to, I guess, to describe it is it identifies your strengths as an individual, and maybe this is a conversation for a later time, but realistically, at the end of it is, I've been involved with many strengths assessment, or assessments of different sorts, whether it be the color or the quadrants. And when I was introduced to this about 3 years ago, my eyes literally could not have rolled back further in my head when they said that you should do this assessment. And I was like, not happening. I don't need to do that. But after going through some depression and a bunch of other things that kind of led me down the path, I dove down deep in the rabbit hole and have spent hundreds of hours going through and introducing myself to what it is and the knowledge, some of the knowledge behind it. So I've been working now, I guess, with about a dozen and a half people, just deep understanding of who you are and what sets you aside from other people. And as I said, this is maybe something that we talk for 15 minutes instead of a quick 3-minute introduction, but it's helped me, my relationship, my business, my mentorship, my coaching, I could go on and on about all the things that it has improved upon, but yeah, it's something really cool. So thanks for asking.
Yeah. And if you do want to learn more about it, hit the like button below. Nick and I will do another video. We'll dive deep into it and probably spend 3 or 4 hours on it, and we'll need another bottle of Bearface. But
I was also thinking that if I could, I don't know if I'm allowed on YouTube to send like suggested links to URLs, then I will obviously add that to here for somebody to check it out on their own too, to the website, because I know that I've been looking at it ever since it was mentioned to me, and I still haven't done the test yet. So whenever somebody's ready.
And it was something that Nick brought up to me. I had similar response to him, like eyes roll back in the head, like it doesn't matter to me, I don't care. And he just kept going on and on and on. And I was like, fine, I'll do it if it supports you. And he's like, well, actually, I get nothing from it. I was like, well, then why would I do it? It means nothing to me. So yeah, it was funny how it all came about. But I was like, whatever, I'll do it. Nick says to do it. I'll do it again. Even if it doesn't support him financially, it's still going to support him emotionally. So I will do it just to give him that validation. That's why I did it, and it was revealing for me in terms of, one, how well it can let you know more about yourself, and two, let you know more about how you interact in the relationships that you have.
And how you approach clients.
Totally.
It's not all personal. It's not all business. It's your relationship with yourself and then the rest of the world, and helping to identify people and what works and what doesn't work and how to honor yourself. But as I said, it's a whole. There's a rabbit hole.
Deep. It is a deep rabbit hole.
I can only imagine.
There's 34 themes, so I mean, there's a lot to go through.
What is it? 1 in 30 million is, I think, how they describe that.
Yeah, it's essentially, if you were to take the assessment, if everybody on the planet was to take the assessment, and you would get your 34 strengths in order from number 1 being your most dominant and number 34 being your least dominant or your weakness. If you were to have that assessment against everybody else, they project by the year 2050 that there will be 150 billion people that have ever stepped foot on this planet. And that is about the odds of somebody else having the exact same strengths 1 through 34 as you.
There's 1 in 30 million.
1 in 150 billion.
150 billion people. That is the chance of having the exact same 1 through 34 as you, which means you are infinitely unique and cannot be duplicated, which also means that when your parents as a child said that you were special, Thaddeus, they really meant it, and there's proof for that.
They weren't meaning in the other type of special that my sister told me growing up. That's funny. Oh no, it is. It says right like on their website. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But 1 in 33 million. Those are roughly the odds that someone shares the same. Oh, signature or top 5. That's what I got. So the top 5. Yeah, the same order of all 34 is the 1 in 150 billion.
So 220 other people on the planet, which, there's lots of business books out there that if you can find 200 like-minded people, you can run a successful business. And if that's the advantage of having a global business, is you just need to find those 200 people that connect with you.
Oh, and just find them.
you
Just
just got to find them,
that's it.
which is
Yeah, it's easy. So,
Let's go
well,
connecting.
well, Evan and I found each other. That goes back. Yeah, I would say that. So,
He had me at you, so
yeah, I had you cut this piece of leather in the interview. Actually, I don't know if I ran your interview.
didn't. Damien did.
No, but I know I trained Nick, so
Yeah.
yeah, so good times. There was one other question I was going to ask about the Clifton strengths, but I don't remember what it was. So I think I might have asked and answered, or can't remember, one of the two.
It'll come up again, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to add on that, Nick?
So I'm from the outside looking in at I have not seen Thaddeus's assessment.
He hasn't done it yet.
He hasn't done it yet.
No.
I can project and assume at this stage, but knowing Evans and kind of projecting where Evans is at, OPM is set for a long time based upon how you guys interact and how you show up in the business place. So I just want to not only applaud you guys as a group effort, but I see what you guys are building and what is important for you guys, and it being the relationships. It's about moving businesses forward and just being strategic. And I think you guys are set in a very, your projection is going to be very high because of that. So, I mean, time will tell, but I would say time is so.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Well, thank you. I mean, we've fumbled and bumbled our way through a pandemic, and we're still here and still drawing a paycheck. So I think that's kind of a testament to what we've done.
This started during a recession, and there's something to be said about those businesses that do, because they tend to have the ability to be more successful down the road. So congratulations.
Oh, we got a first applause.
No, like that's sweet.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I'm gonna start. I might cry. No, I probably won't.
Single tear.
Yeah, single tear rolling down my eye. Well, thanks, Nick, for being a guest on our Whiskey Wednesday. I usually measure our time limit by my one drink because I still got work to do. I actually am not putting siding on my house. I've got cognitive work to do. So if I was putting siding on the house, I probably wouldn't have another whiskey either way, because otherwise it would be crooked. Not to say it's not cognitive work, but I mean, math can be difficult.
That's why he stopped at 1 and 9 too.
Yeah, well, he's the foreman, and you're the grunt, right?
I'm the hired help. Absolutely.
Yeah. You can slack off and have a nap. Yeah.
I
Well,
already did in the truck bed.
Perfect. You're good to go then. Get a blanket and a pillow and away you go. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to, whatever platform that you're watching this on, like, follow, subscribe, share, do whatever you need. Link's gonna be it's going to be an OPM circle that says OPM on it. It'll be like, wait, what part am I going to be on the top? So it'll be down. Will it be on the right? I don't know. Be bottom right hand of the screen. Actually, it might be in the middle of the screen. I don't know. Big OPM circle. Click on that. Click subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, I don't remember. I'm like, I'm going to.
We don't know how YouTube works. It's all good.
So hit the subscribe button and away you go. So thanks for watching.